Good evening. Thank you. Wow. See, now people in the store are going to say, oh, what's going on in the bank? Let me go see what they're doing in there. That sounds really cool. Well, Sheila said, thank you very much for being here and for your participation with the American Red Cross and for hosting us this evening. Very fitting that we are here on March 1st because March is American Red Cross Month and has been so since it was first designated that in 1943 by President Franklin D. Roosevelt. And since then, every other president has designated March as American Red Cross Month. So we are thrilled with that. And the Red Cross has been synonymous with helping people for more than 130 years. And for 95 of those years, volunteers with the Delaware County chapter of the American Red Cross have been champions for the thousands of people throughout Delaware County. Let me make sure I have all my numbers right here. In fiscal year 2011, the Red Cross responded to 29 local disasters, opened a mass shelter for families who lost power during the February 2011 ice storm, trained 5,812 people in first aid and CPR training, and provided disaster preparedness information throughout the community. And all money raised during this campaign, the heroes of the Red Cross will continue to support all of the programs and the residents here locally in Delaware County. So with that, I am going to call Sheila back up. She is the Director of Development for the Delaware County chapter, and she's going to talk a little bit more about why we're here this evening. Sheila Thomas.
March is Red Cross Month, and so we're so excited to share with you what Heroes for the Red Cross means. And what that is we are challenging businesses, schools, civic clubs, and any individual that would like to raise $1,000 for the Red Cross. And we are so proud today to have the Delaware County Bank as our corporate partnership, and at all 12 of their branch locations throughout this month, they will be accepting your donation. And so we're so excited to have that partnership. And we'd like to introduce to you now Tony Nito from the East Regional Manager of the Delaware County Bank.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of the Delaware County Bank, I'd like to welcome everybody and say thank you for attending tonight. Delaware County Bank has been very proud to be a partner of both local businesses and civic organizations for the past 62 years. I'd like to thank our branch manager, Brenda Redderer, and her staff for decorating tonight. They've done a very nice job. Nice. And thanks for making us feel so welcome here. I'd also like to say how proud we are to be partnering with an organization like the American Red Cross. We appreciate the opportunity to partner with them during National Red Cross Month. The Red Cross is very near and dear to my heart. As former secretary of the board for another local Red Cross chapter, I won't mention which county, but I did spend a number of years working with the Red Cross. It's a fantastic organization, and honestly, I hope that everybody sitting in this room and everyone that you know never needs the services that they provide through their disaster recovery. However, rest assured, if you do ever need that help, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, that help is available to you. That's one of the great things about this organization. I'd like to ask everybody to help us during National Red Cross Month by helping the Red Cross with a contribution, whether it be through a monetary donation or volunteering your time. Both of those are equally important to this organization, which does run a majority of its services with volunteers. Finally, I'd also like to say a big thank you to our other corporate partner here at the bank, Bueller's, where we've been proud to partner with them for the last 25 years. And thank you very much for having us tonight. And please enjoy some of this delicious spread that they've prepared for us. So thank you, everyone.
Now it's my pleasure to introduce to you Chet Snoffer. And Chet has a very special story, and as you can imagine, his connection that he will share with the Red Cross, that we were honored that he would be willing to be our story for March's Red Cross Month. And so as you see the story and understand the concept of the boomerang effect and what it means, there's no one that can give it truer meaning and purpose than what you're about to hear. So let's welcome Chet Snoffer.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's significant to be here because I was standing right there where Mr. Robinson is when I found out that the house was on fire. My daughter Lydia is here with me today, and my wife Carmen and my daughter Lysandra. And Lydia actually called me on the phone as I was here at the bank standing in line making a transaction. And she said, "Daddy, the house is on fire." And I said, "What part of the house is on fire?" And at that point, it was like the old E.F. Hutton commercials because the bank fell silent. And all the tellers were like, and I kind of looked and she says, "You know, just the back part where you go in and out of the house." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Are you out of the house?" "Yes." "Is Mom out of the house?" "Yes." "Is the dog out of the house?" You know, I had a priority here. "Is the dog out of the house?" She says, "Yes." I said, "Okay, have you called the fire department?" "Yes." "I'll be right there." And at that point, I left the bank and I pulled out here. We were going to meet for lunch at the mill, so those plans were temporarily put aside. And I went out here. As I turned onto Troy Road, I could see the black smoke billowing, you know, what, 2.5 miles north here at my house on Panhandle Road. And you could see the smoke from here, and I realized that's a lot more than the back porch. You know, it's really become something else. And it was then that I realized, or maybe not then, but I became a person in need of Red Cross services at that point in time. By the time I got there, there were Red Cross volunteers already there, as well as the fire department. By the time I got there, people were in place and meeting with my family and helping them just with the initial shock of watching your house engulfed in flames. But you know, my father used to be the director of the American Red Cross. And as a college student, I used to take WSI and water safety and sailing and canoeing and lots of instructor courses. So I used to be a volunteer for the Red Cross and teach classes and teach swimming, and then of course saw my dad as a director and got to see that side of what it's like to be fundraising and to be managing the Red Cross services, whether it's service to military or disaster to someone, you know, in a state of need, or just helping someone on the street that needed a hand. And so I'd seen that side of it, but now I was thrown into the other side and seeing what it's like to need those services and to just be a person that really, until that moment, had no idea that they had lost all their possessions. And so we stood there and kind of watched it burn, and the Red Cross was there, and they said, "You know what, you're going to need some things that you may not even be aware of right now. And we've got a gift card for you here so that you can go shopping and buy clothes." And that's when you realize you're in shock, because I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I got plenty of clothes. You know, I can't even, you know," I was like, I feel bad. I don't want to take your money. I got plenty of clothes." And my friends were like looking past me at what used to be my bedroom, and they said, "You don't have any clothes." "Chet, you don't have any clothes." And I was like, "Oh, man," you know, I thought, "Oh, yeah." Because your brain is, you really are, you're in shock. You have no idea what's just happened and what the consequences of that are. My car was there, but I couldn't drive it because the keys were in what used to be the kitchen. And so things like this, you know, that you didn't realize. The Red Cross was like, "We've got transportation if you need it. We've booked a hotel for you." Because at that point, you don't know how to, you know, you're not even thinking, "Where am I going to sleep tonight?" They're like, "We've already got a hotel for you. Go right down and check in. Here's a card. Go to the store. You got buy some toothbrushes, get toiletries, get some clothes, buy something to sleep in, please." And you know, it was great because they knew what it was like to be through that. Having worked with so many other families in the past, their experience really came through at that moment in time. So that experience has made it really exciting for me and an honor to actually be here and to help promote the Red Cross March's Red Cross Month. Because having seen it from both sides, I realized the vital role that Red Cross plays in your life, whether you're in the military or whether you're a victim of a disaster, or, you know, in the case of like a life-saving skill like swimming, you know, where we teach people how to swim, we teach people other skills, CPR, first aid, things that are actually life-saving skills that make a difference in people's lives. And again, it's an honor to partner with the bank, where I do all my banking, and here at my favorite store, Bueller's, because here I was when it all came down. So I appreciate the corporate support that we've had, and just hope that we can generate a lot of interest and a lot of support for the Red Cross this month. All right, thank you. Sheila, would it be okay if I throw a boomerang at you or for you? I would be remiss not to do this because I like the theme that, you know, what you put out comes back to you, and that's definitely what happens. Here's a boomerang. Out and back. And these boomerangs are very cool A, they're indestructible. B, they're hard to be destructive, which is nice. And we're going to provide these. They're going to be decorated with the Red Cross logo, and these will be provided to bank customers that come in and make a donation, and that'll be very cool. So as the people come in and do that, they'll be able to get a boomerang, and they come in left and right-handed. But, yeah, that's the idea of a boomerang. All right. So,
Why that's important is Chet Snoffer has won an unprecedented, I have to read this because all the different things you've won, I can't remember them all. It says, has won an unprecedented 3 World Boomerang Singles Championships and 12 U.S. National Championships. And he also has captained the U.S. team to 7 World Team titles. So it's only appropriate that he's our captain for March's Red Cross Month and our team of people that are going to raise funds for the American Red Cross. And now it's my privilege to introduce to you some special people. We have with us tonight Tracy Wilson, our Executive Director of the American Red Cross. Our Red Cross volunteers that are, of course, here, that are a very important role in what we do. And we thank them for showing up tonight and being support to us. And a special thanks to Brenda Rutter from the bank here at Mueller's. Without her passion, come on up, Brenda. And her passion for what's happened with Chet and his family and sharing that with the bank and all of the people that she works with. Her passion for, she got started a bloodmobile, I think, already, and she wanted the chicken flyers, so we can just, nip that in the bud. So if you're afraid of those needles, you can get out here and give some blood for the American Red Cross for the month of March. So she's doing some wonderful things here, so we thank her for that. And of course, all the food tonight sponsored by the bank, and also Bueller's Grocery, and we'd like to recognize them. George, manager here at Bueller's Branch, as well as Chris and all her efforts in helping us. You want to come up? We'd like to have you on tape. Come on down. Come on up. Come on up. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. And also, if you grocery shop during this month, you'll see Chet's flyer in your grocery bag, so please feel free to share his story, along with the poster on the front, and his story will be on the back. So we appreciate that support and spreading the news throughout Delaware County. So shop Bueller's, right?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
That's what we want to hear. And then also, a special thanks to Mark Werner, and I don't know if he made it here tonight, but he's from Minuteman Press for his complimentary posters that he's given to the Red Cross this month to spread the word. So if you need posters, have a place to hang it, let me know. He's been willing to print more, so thank him for that. So tonight we have lots of food, and take time to meet and greet and share your Red Cross story. And we thank you again, Chet, and your family for all you've done for us, and even accolades beyond with your father and all that he did with the Red Cross. So thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.